What somebody else has to say about you or to you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. The amount of hate comments I get on TikTok, but at the end of the day, I don't care. My husband always says,
words of wisdom.
I got a gift from Aloni for Mother's Day, and I will give you a hint. It comes in an orange box. I was saving the best for last. Can you guess what it is? And then after that, stay tuned. I will show you my haul. Progressing. Some sort of banquette sitting around the window. Welcome back to this week's vlog. We got back from California a day and a half ago, and yesterday I literally spent the entire day with Liam. We went to the baby gym, we hung out, cooked dinner, our groceries came, we made some chicken soup, we had some halloumi and watermelon. I mean, we just literally had a nice day of resetting, doing laundry, and just kind of just chilling because I was honestly so exhausted from the plane ride with Liam. There are no tips or tricks for going on a plane with a toddler because there just really are no rules. You just have to kind of let them do whatever as long as they're not screaming, so that way the ride is enjoyable for the passengers, not necessarily for you. But I just, at some point gave up control and said, you know what, if you want to lay on the floor, if you want to walk up and down the aisles, please be my guest. Just don't bother anyone, don't scream, don't yell. And it was really stressful because Liam is very active and he's in a stage now where he just explores and wants to talk to everyone and be in everything, and explaining to a almost 2-year-old that not everybody wants to play with you is a little bit difficult. So we were all exhausted. Me, my brother, and Aloni were all taking turns just trying to wrangle him. But yeah, it was a lot. And of course, 3 minutes before the plane lands, guess who gets tired and wants to take a nap? Not me. It's my son. But anyway, it's fine. It is what it is. This is one of the reasons why I don't travel with Liam often, especially when I go to New York for a few days for work and stuff. And, a lot of people always ask me, and I get criticized about this on TikTok all the time. Why isn't Liam with you? Because he just does not do well on the plane. It is so stressful. The amount of things that you need to pack with you for a child on the plane, from all the snacks, from changes of clothes, diapers, formula, milk for takeoff and landing, and toy. It's so much that sometimes when I need to go for a work trip, which is in and out, and sometimes Aloni joins me or tries to align his work meetings and stuff when I go, that he needs to take, it doesn't make sense to take Liam because he just doesn't do well on the plane, and sometimes he gets sick, and it just becomes a whole thing. So take it from me, if you don't need to travel with your kids, if it's not necessary, don't do it. If you're doing a family vacation, that's completely different. But not all kids are good travelers, and my son is just not a good traveler. He's never been a good traveler since he was born. We took him to California. We went to Aspen in California when he was almost 6 months old, and that just did not go well because he got sick. He cried and he didn't sleep the entire time. And then same thing when we took him to New York last year on Mother's Day. He got sick in New York off the plane, and then on the plane on the way back, he had a little bit of a fever. So it was just can't win. So that's my 2 cents. Before I continue this vlog, I want to tell you that I'm going to share a few very exciting things with you guys. I'm going to share my Mytheresa haul, and then I got a gift from Aloni for Mother's Day, and I will give you a hint. It comes in an orange box. Okay, did not expect it, but it's beautiful, and I'm so happy to have it. And I was not expecting it at all because I don't need any more gifts, So I'm going to go put my rings on because I just realized I don't have my rings on or the rest of my jewelry because I was doing my skincare. But the next clip you guys will see is me getting glammed up to do this video with you. And then after that, stay tuned. I will show you my haul. I'm getting ready for the day, and I was just sitting here thinking I need to show my YouTube family what the reality of filming is like. And this is not just for me, it's for a lot of creators when you don't have a space that's just dedicated to filming. And it got me thinking to how excited I am now and how grateful I feel to be able to build myself a vanity in our new home. My vanity is going to be really small because I don't have that much space in our bathroom, but there will be an allocated space for me to film that is both aesthetically pleasing to look at, to film it, and is also functional, because what I have going on now is just not functional at all. And I want to show you guys because I want to be honest with you and show you how unpleasant things seem to look. But the reality is that I share this space with my husband and I can't have all the stuff set up here all the time. So I just kind of have to make it work and roll with the punches. So here it is. I had to move my makeup cases here from there. I have this like little prop with a light. My mirror here so I can see myself. Anyway, I'm going to take my vitamins now. I'm using the Cymbiotika Vitamin C liposomal delivery. It's citrus vanilla. I also like the other brand. I will link it below. They're also in my Amazon shop. If you guys ever want to see any of the supplements that I take, I have them listed on my Amazon. In my SHOPBOP, I mean, we do a really good job of organizing everything. And then I have been taking the Calm Beauty, the Agent Nature Spermide and Taurine. This is the tart cherry flavor. It's so good. I've talked about this many times before. I really love it. It just helps me. It has magnesium, but it also has a lot of other vitamins that support your overall health and function, as well as calmness, because everyone needs calmness. I'm going to put a very minimal makeup on and just do a little bit of skincare because I have some errands to run and I need to film some things for you guys and share something really special. But yeah, I want to tell you, because I said this in my last vlog if you didn't watch it, but I went to my esthetician and she basically said to me that my skin has been looking really good and I have not had any like bumps or like any of the textural issues that I typically have, especially on my forehead and like on my chin. Obviously I'll still have hormonal breakouts due to being like pregnant, but this is not sponsored, but I want you guys to see because I'm literally almost all out. There's almost like nothing left, very little. This is the Chantecaille Serum Visage. It's the Black Peony Face Serum. It is so good. I have been really religiously using this. It's also a dark spot corrector and it's pregnancy safe. So that's one of the reasons why I love it. You guys remember I flew to France with Chantecaille to learn about this line, and it really has been such a game changer to the texture of my skin. And I've still been using like my clearance serum, all that stuff, but I do this step either in the morning or the night, just depends. So I'm doing this now. And then I'm following up with the face cream also from the Blank Peony line. I will link everything for you guys below as always, so it's there. Everything will be there. I also like to put the rest on my elbows because my elbows get so dry. And I figured if it helps with skin issues and drying and all that stuff, it should help my elbows too, right? Okay. When we were traveling to California, I took with me the Mother Up All Night eye cream because it weighs not like nothing. And I realized I love this cream a lot. Just gives you a nice awakened look. I wouldn't say that it feels hydrating when you put it on, but throughout the day, I notice when I do have concealer on, it does make my eyes, especially my under eye, look hydrated. For the moisturizer, I'm going in with the Extreme Cream from In Beauty Project. If you like the Augustinus Beta cream, the rich cream, this is literally 1-to-1. It's just much, much, much more affordable and clean. Also pregnancy safe. And 6 is on the lighter side, so I'm putting it under my under eye. And the Dior is a little bit more mattifying and it's also closer to my skin color. So I'm just gonna put a little bit along here. I'm using an Ilia brush, this one here. I've noticed when I start blending in, when I tap in the concealer first before dragging it out, it stays longer and it just builds and blends prettier. I love doing just concealer when I'm in a rush, you know, or just don't want to have too much makeup on my face. Always bring it down, by the way, you guys, to your chin. By the way, I remember I asked you guys a while back in one of my vlogs if you had any recommendations to how to get rid of the redness and like the broken capillaries around your eyes, because I have a lot of that and nobody really gave me any recommendations. Obviously not now, but after I give birth. If you guys have some tricks and tips, let me know. I'm using a dry sponge just to kind of go over everything and make sure that everything's blended. I always figured, like, why wet the brush, you know? Brush, I said, why wet the sponge? I feel like you're gonna then not have the proper use of the product that you're using, you know? It makes kind of sense in my head. Using the Chanel Les Beige bronzer, just adding some on the cheekbones. I really like this one. If you guys are not really good, I feel like I've said this before, if you're not good at using like contour creams or bronzers, this is just a really good one because it's pigmented enough that if you just dab it in a couple of times and you put it in, you won't make like too many mistakes on your face, and it's easy to work with, and you can always just go back in and tap more and add more product. So I just feel like for those who are not great at doing their makeup, this is very user friendly. This is very fast makeup. For my cheekbones, I'm using the NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush. I've also been loving to like drag a little bit of the blush into my eye crease. I know it's weird, but sorry, I was trying to get it right. I'm using the Sanya brow pencil in the color medium. I was using the color dark, but I realized I think I like the way that the medium looks better on me, just because I can layer it more. The only thing is if you get like really close to my eyebrows, you can tell that the color is a little bit different, but I don't know, from far away it looks good. I think that looks nice. One thing I wanted to touch up on with you guys is I feel like I never talk about this, is that mental health is a very real thing, and some of us are a little bit more equipped to handle criticism and some of us are not. And for someone like me being on social media, everyone always assumes like, oh, you need to be well equipped to be on social media, which yes, you do. And I completely understand now why they say that you should be 18 years and older to be on social media, because the things that are said to you on TikTok and other social platforms are just very much unhinged. But luckily, I have a very, very good support system at home. My husband's very supportive, and he always says really nice things to me and just always makes me feel reassured in who I am as a person, and always makes me feel loved and beautiful and all those things. But a lot of us don't have that, right? And some of us do have that, and we're still triggered by certain things that could have happened in our childhood, or triggered by some experience that we've had throughout our lifetime. And I always try to say this as best as possible, but what somebody else has to say about you or to you is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. The amount of hate comments that, for example, I'm just using myself as an example, that I get on TikTok, let's just use one platform, that a lot of the times you guys don't see because they're in the reviewed messages, because TikTok has a feature where they filter negative comments that could be harmful to someone's mental health. So if I want to go read it and review it and let it be seen, I can. If not, I just don't have to. But the amount of things that get said to me all the time, if I let every single thing get to me, like everything, like the criticism of my face, my hair, the way that I talk, my lisp, the fact that I have a deviated septum and I can't breathe correctly, or, you know, people always assuming that I'm like overfilling my lips when, you know, I'm 7 months pregnant and my toes are swollen, or I don't know, like anything like the fact that I show my child or that I don't show my child, or, you know, why do you have a nanny, or why do you do this, or why do you travel for work, or like the million things that are always constantly being yapped at me. And if I let all of those things get to me, I'd be a very unhappy person, and I would not be able to come on here and continue sharing my life. But at the end of the day, I don't care, and you shouldn't care either. And I hope that I'm a constant reminder to you guys, because as much as I try to be as confident as possible, yes, I do have my days. But like I said, in the grand scheme of things, you always have to look at the glass half full, not half empty, and say, like, what are you grateful for? What are the things that I have? And remember that even one thing that you're grateful for and one thing that you have is probably more than somebody else has. So sometimes when people are being mean to you and people are criticizing you, they're not perfect, okay? Believe me, they're not perfect. None of us are perfect. But it's a reflection of them, it's not a reflection of you. So don't feel down, don't feel bad about yourself. F the haters, you know? My husband always says, doesn't matter how perfect you are, they will still find something to hate on, okay? Even the most like unproblematic people on the internet somehow still have hate. I can't find the video, but basically it was this girl who was saying that she was on her search bar and she was looking for Haley Catalano and Chuck Cruz, her boyfriend. I love their videos. They make like amazing cooking videos and she's so unproblematic. All she literally does is like cook and like doesn't really share too much about her personal life. Sometimes it's about her house, sometimes about her dog or Chuck or like their, I don't know, you know, their her cookbook, like, or a recipe that she's making to take to the beach, like a sandwich to have with him. Very unproblematic. She's so nice. She seems like such a sweetheart. I'm a very big fan. But she said that when she was searching for Haley, that it said Haley controversy in the search bar. And the girls are like, in the comments were like, what's the controversy? That she's using like a strawberry in the winter, that she's using a cherry in the winter, or that she's like cutting a watermelon and using it with this ingredient. Like there's no controversy, but people are always looking for a controversy. People are always looking to find something and be like, aha, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, why? Why? Let us all just live and be happy, and that's that, you know? We've all done really stupid things in our past. Who cares? Like, move on, you know? Some things are forgivable and some things are not, but the things that are forgivable don't need to be controversies, in my opinion. So, anyway, I'm gonna blow dry my hair out really quickly because I have a dinner tonight. Otherwise, I would have left it out like this, but I just need to like give it some shape. I just finished curling my hair. I did it the way that I used to curl it before. Now I'm ready for the day. I hope you enjoyed my little video on me doing makeup and just chatting and rambling as I usually do. I want to show you what I got at Mytheresa. It's really exciting. Some things are for later, like post me giving birth. I mean, I already know my sizes and I know they're going to fit because I bought like a few sizes bigger than like my normal size. So I have some like give and take. But one of the items I'm really excited about, I've had my eye on for a while and I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to pull the trigger because I don't have a lot of summer bags like this. And it's not a beach bag. It's a summer bag that like I would wear out. And I don't always want to wear an Hermes bag, you know? So sometimes I want to wear something funky and I feel like I haven't been buying anything funky. I've just kind of been buying basics and focusing on buying basics and rebuilding my closet with basics and just like staple classic pieces that never go out of style, like civet bags or Hermes bags, because I told you guys I used to work in fashion and I spent so much time and money collecting things that were very funky and very time stamped, where now it's like I like don't really wear them because like, you know, if I put this on, it's like very specific to that time and it's not necessarily something like a vintage piece that, well, it's not really vintage, but something that would be like considered a vintage piece later on that would be like desirable. So I focused on rebuilding my closet and wardrobe with basics because I had not enough basics and I felt like I had nothing to wear with a closet full of clothes. So now I'm adding a few fun, funky pieces back into my wardrobe that I feel like still, even in a few years, will work, especially like the summer outfits I got. I love shopping on Mytheresa. You guys know this because I feel like their selection is always amazing. I post a lot of Mytheresa stuff. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I'll put my Instagram handle up here. But my Instagram, I always share stories and links of things that I love, from affordable fashion to high fashion, supplements, beauty, kid stuff, you name it. It's things that I actually like, or things that are on my wish list, or things that I'm enjoying and wanting to share with you. But I love Mytheresa because I feel like their buy is incredible. A few of you have asked me in a few of my recent vlogs and asked how come I don't ever like do any hauls from Saks and Bloomingdale's and Nordstrom. And honestly, the reason is because I have not really been inspired by too many of the things there. I do like some of the things that they carry for children and for adults, like in the sleep section, for example, or like Ralph Lauren, Polo Ralph Lauren. They have amazing stuff, like all of those. And then some things sometimes I'll get like your, you know, your staples, like your Christian Louboutin or John Vita Rossi, Kate. You can always get that also at Saks, Neiman Marcus. But I just feel like when you go on Mytheresa or you go on like Forward or you go on Net-a-Porter, they have better options and they buy a little bit more risky while still having enough of an understanding and a pulse on what's currently in fashion, where I feel like as a Saks or a Neiman or Nordstrom tends to buy a little bit safer, but they have also really, really good denim, by the way, at like Saks, Neiman's, and Bloomies. So that's like one of the things, if I'm really looking for denim, like you can really get an array of denim there. But when you want something like, I don't know, fashion forward that not everybody has, you can sometimes find those pieces on like a Forward or a Net-a-Porter or a Mytheresa. So anyway, this is becoming very long-winded, but I know that Phuc's having a moment, and Phuc is one of those things, you guys, that seems very funky, but 10 years from now, 15 years from now, because we all know, that vintage is very much in and it's always cyclical and vintage will always be in, but Phuc really rarely changes their style and aesthetic. They're kind of like Missoni. They rarely change. So Phuc is like one of those brands that it seems really funky because it's very colorful, but like in 10 years, if you pull this out, you're still going to look fire on vacation. So, or not. But I mean, like not on vacation, Sorry. Anyway, I have been really into baby blues and turquoise, and I used to not love turquoise, but I found this mesh top and I bought a size 10, which is Italian 44. This is a mesh top. I actually tried it on. It fits my belly now. It's not going to fit me probably in like 3 weeks, but that's okay. It'll fit me after I give birth. And I thought with like a cute bathing suit, for example, from like Hunza G. I actually got one from SHOPBOP. Hold on, let me go grab it. I just realized I got another bathing suit, which I will show you. But Hunza G, you guys have heard of it before. It's this brand. I'll show you here. They make these bathing suits, these bikinis, in every single color, okay? And they make them also in the full piece, and there's like different straps. There's thick straps, thin straps, crisscross straps, like you name it. And one thing I like about Hunza is that it's supposed to fit everybody. Does it fit everybody? I don't know, because it's a one size fit all, but it works for me, and I'm able to wear this while I'm pregnant and not pregnant, because I have a few styles from them that I've shared. Actually, when I was pregnant with Liam too, I had a baby blue one. I have a yellow one with like a thin strap, and then I have a nude one that's a two-piece, exactly like this one. And it really honestly fits, and it's not see-through. It's very thick, and it has this like crinkle material effect, if you guys can see. So I thought it would be really cute with this Hunza G bathing suit top underneath, for example. They also have the matching bathing suit to this, but I thought, I'll show you why. I thought it would be like too much. But just imagine this, okay? And then this on top. It's very cute. So I thought that could be really pretty for vacation or something along those lines. Or even in Miami. I've talked about this before, that I'm trying to invest into buying more pieces that are good for Miami, because we spend every weekend on the beach and we're constantly being invited on boats, on here, on there. Obviously, I'm not doing as much now because I'm pregnant and I'm kind of just like uncomfortable in my own body. And the reason I'm uncomfortable in my own body, I felt like I was more comfortable when I was with Liam, because my body's in actual physical pain. I told you guys I have pelvic groin pain and lower back pain, and my legs are covered in varicose veins. And since the last time I shared my varicose veins with you, they've gotten significantly worse. Where they're like chunky, like they bulge out. So I just haven't been feeling like the best about my body. So I haven't been really putting too much care into my fashion, how I look. I've just been trying to be more comfortable, even though like some occasions I need to like look good, but I've just, on a day-to-day, I've kind of been repeating and wearing the same things, but just wearing things that are comfy and not like really wearing any of the things that I wore, during my last pregnancy. I had a lot of like midi skirts, a lot of midi dresses, because my legs are like so blue, especially on my left side, that I just kind of get shy about it sometimes, and I'm just like over it, So it is what it is. But anyway, I got this top. I will link everything for you guys below. And then I got this pareo, but it's not a pareo that you tie on your own, like a scarf kind of. It has ties on the side for you here, which is really nice, because sometimes with the pareo, when you're walking and you have to like tie it yourself, it gets loose really easily. So I like that this one's more of like a skirt, and goes up to your ankles. And this and this together. It's the same pattern and the same color. It just, this one kind of looks a little bit brighter than this, but when you put it on one layer, it looks good. I tried it yesterday. So that's why I thought if I got the bathing suit also in this pattern, it might be like too much. You know what I mean? Maybe my thoughts will change later, but at the moment, this is how I'm feeling. And Phuc is one of those swimwear brands that is high end. It is a designer item. But Phuc also, believe it or not, the prices for their bathing suits are very fair. Like the bathing suit that I was looking at that goes with this, I think the top was like 200 and the bottom I think was like 175 or 200, also around that price range. Which honestly, if you look at other designers that are newer, you know, like your Devin Windsors, your Monday Swim, like all of those, like those prices are more or less almost the same as Phuc, and Pucci's forever. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is still a luxury item. This is still designer, and it's still very expensive, like for what it is. But when you're comparing newer swimwear brands to like a Phuc, you have to like outweigh the positives here, you know? Anyway, the next thing that I got, I'm very excited about. It is the Chloe Summer Banana Top Handle Bag in the crochet fabric. I love it. This is the banana handle. If you guys see it sideways, you'll see it's a banana. I have had my eye on this bag for quite some time. And then I decided, you know what? As I've been getting dressed this summer season, I realized I don't have too many summer bags that I can go out with and wear with summer dresses, and I thought that this would be so perfect. This is just such a neutral color. It also comes in black. The only hesitation, I loved the black too, don't get me wrong, is that I felt like you couldn't see the Chloe sign. So maybe if you're more subdued and you don't want the Chloe logo visible, you can go with the black. But I also have enough black bags that I don't have enough like bags like this color. So I thought this was so beautiful. This is also really nice like for vacation, summer moments. You can also use this as a beach bag too, but this is more of a going out summer bag. I'm just curious what you guys think. Let me know. But I really like it. I'm going to try to take this off because it's really throwing me off here. You guys get the point. It's very cute, so pretty, and I can't wait to style it and show you guys how I style it. Another piece that I got was this bathing suit. I loved the deep red, and it's from a brand called Miguel Coronel. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. This one's also from SHOPBOP, and essentially, oh my god, it is a triangle top, and it has a little flower here, and this kind of wraps around once around the front, and then you have a bottom here, and I can wear this also now. I got this in my current size, so that way I can wear it now to the beach, and then if I lose weight and I still want to wear it later, which I probably will, I can take it in from the bottom here because it has a seam. I've done that before with bathing suits, so you know, you gotta be savvy. I just needed like an update of some swimwear because I felt like I was wearing the same thing all the time, and I was kind of over it, and so I ended up giving some of the styles that I had to my cousin. I love sharing my clothes with my family. I do that all the time, and I do with my mom too, but my mom's a little more picky, so understandable. We all have our own style and taste, but that is that. I was saving the best for last. I have to explain to you that this is on my list. It's not the first thing on my list, but it's on my list. The bag that I want the most, we are still waiting on. It's been 2 years. I'm hoping and manifesting that by the end of 2025, I will have it in my hands. I'm not going to tell you what it is until it's in my hands because I'm superstitious. But this is definitely was on my wish list, especially after my winter vacation. I was like, I need this. Okay, it wasn't a want, it was a need. Nothing is a need, you guys. These are just luxury items. They're things that are additions. These are not the things that make me happy. What makes me happy is my family, my son, my husband, having good health. These are all just cherries on top of those things, okay? So keep that in mind. It is a blue box bag, okay? Can you guess what it is? Oh, it's so cute. I've only seen it one other time because I had like one chance to open it and then I like put it away, and I had left all of this stuff for you guys because I was like, I want to do it again with you. So I've had it all sitting here accumulating and piling up. It is the Mini Kelly Grizzly with shearling in taupe. How beautiful is that? I love this bag so much. So I want to tell you the little backstory about this. 2.5 years ago, I really wanted the mother. Okay, this is the mother, I call her. This is a B30 in suede. This is the Grizzly Birkin 30. It has leather here, so it closes like that. And this is the gold color and gold hardware. It also came in a B25, which I originally wanted, but then when I saw the B30, I was like, you know what, I like this because when I travel for winter vacations, I want to be able to have more space because, you know, I have like gloves, a hat, things like that. So I have worn this bag so much. It needs to go to the cleaners soon. But one thing about suede is that it patinas, and that's kind of like the beauty of it, okay? So I was really happy with this. And originally, when I saw this bag, before I saw this bag, they had this one in the gold color, but I didn't love it in the gold color. I loved this in the gold color. So I was like, I want this bag so bad. And then I kind of never like thought about this bag ever again. And then when I saw it in this color, I was like, oh, it's so beautiful, but I never saw it in person, so I like didn't really like think too much of it. Then when we went to our holidays to Italy, and my friend Natalie had this bag in the gold, and I saw her wear it, and I was like, you know what, I love it, but if I get it, I want it in the taupe color because I already have it in this color, so that I feel like I have a variety of both. I have this one in the gold suede, and then I'll have it in taupe. And then I started like thinking about it more and more and more, and I'm like, I love this bag so much. I just feel like it's such a good bag for winter vacations, which I go a lot on, or when I go to New York, for example. And I just feel like it's so appropriate for winter vacation and just like the winter season in general. I'll show you what's inside. It's lined with leather, okay? And it comes with a leather strap, like that. And that's it. And it's crossbody and it's perfect. I love her. I'm curious to know what you guys think. This seems like such a big haul. I didn't get all this stuff at once, but I've had it sitting here waiting so I can do a proper video for you guys because I haven't had time to sit down and just catch up and show you all the things that I'm into and buying and so on and so forth. But I'm so happy with it. Aloni surprised me with this. He said, babe, I know this is not like the first thing on your list, but it's the thing, the bag that I was able to get you. And I wasn't expecting anything for Mother's Day because, you know, we're so deep into doing the house and we're spending so much money on renovation and furniture and all that stuff. But he's like, I wanted you to feel special and I wanted you to know that I love you, which again, these things don't justify his love or make me feel like he loves me even any more, less or more. But he's like, you deserve it. You work really hard and you're such an amazing mom and amazing wife. And I want you to feel special. So he got this for me. And I thought that was so sweet and very unexpected. And I'm very grateful for it. So I cannot wait to wear it. I'm itching already for it to be fall, winter, which is the season I prefer anyway. But yeah, let me know what you guys think below. The next thing on the menu today is I have a dinner with NARS tonight, which is in about, what time is it actually? It's 2:45. In about, it's at 7, so I have to leave the house at 6:15. And in the interim, I have to answer some emails, and I have myself here a plum and a peach that I washed that I want to eat, so I'm going to do that and catch up, and then I will show you guys what I'm going to wear. I haven't even actually thought about what I was going to wear tonight because I'm limited. I told you I've not really been buying anything to accommodate my pregnant belly because I just haven't been wanting to do that. So yeah, okay. Anyway, I will touch base with you guys soon. I fully intended on showing you my outfit before I left, and I did my makeup really fast, but I literally did not have any time because I was trying to finish up a project and then I got stuck on the computer answering emails and I didn't realize how much time I had left. So I got dressed really fast, and then before I left I had to put in some chicken wings and some other food for Liam and Aloni so that they can have dinner. And then I ran out of the house and I'm late. I'm literally 25 minutes late. I'm pulling up to the event now, but I did not mean to be late and I feel horrendous about that. I'm wearing a dress from Legends. It's like a maxi silk dress. And I have on a Frankie Shaw blazer just to throw over my arms because I'm just a little bit self-conscious about my pregnancy arms. And I have my Savette bag and I'm wearing my black suede studio little like kitten heel thong sandal and nude. If I have a chance at some point at the event, I'll try to go to the bathroom and show you what it looks like, but I recorded a outfit video while I had 10 seconds in the elevator before I left, so if you guys follow me on TikTok you will see it there. But the gist is that yeah, it's just like a silk dress. Here's my pregnancy belly. I'm trying to figure out how to get into this. The event is at the Miami Edition Hotel. It's a very popular venue for events in Miami with brands and activations because they have a lot of like private areas and like a rooftop. So there was like no traffic, so that's great. If you guys have been following me on the vlog for some time now, you remember that I went here for the LTK Con and Maybelline event. It was inside of there, and then I got sandwiches after with Mia. This is the Savette bag that I'm wearing. I love this bag so much. I want it in another color. I think probably in navy, but this bag is amazing and it fits so much. Home now. I saw some of the executives that I'm friendly with, and I saw a lot of my friends from the industry. My friend Karen, who's an OG YouTuber makeup artist now, she is just killing it, running all over the world, literally running marathons. And I saw my friend Jessie, does a lot of content based around her home with her daughters, and then my friend Farah, who's a fashion girly, and my friend so many other people, and everyone just showed up and showed out. It was so nice when everybody's like in the same color scheme. The colors tonight were white, black, and beige. And then some creators were also there that I have followed and watch on social media, but I've never met before, which is really nice too. So everyone's so friendly and it was really, really nice. It's just such a nice event and I'm really happy. And now I'm on my way home. I need to like eat something. I'm starving. Probably gonna have like a almond siete wrap with some cheese and I don't know what else, you know. It's like one of those things when you get home you don't want to cook, but you just want to be low maintenance. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm on right now. I have to tell you guys, one thing I really love about Aloni is like when I'm out by myself, like I wasn't with Mia, it was just me tonight, and he calls me and he's like, how are you? Just checking in on you, want to see how everything's going, drive safe. How are you feeling? He's so cute. He's such a good man. We got a big goodie bags from NARS. It's like all the lipsticks and some concealers. Mine is custard. I also like praline. Here's a little OTD. For reference, these are the shoes from Black Suede Studio. They're suede and a little kitten heel. This is the food situation. I have a little tent and dog here. Some snacks, siete wraps, some bubbies, Kewpie, cherries. These types of dinners remind me when I was single in New York. Anyway, you guys, good night. I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. I feel very low energy today, not gonna lie, because I did not get really good sleep last night at all. I just could not find a comfortable spot for myself. My back was hurting me a lot, and I think it was because I was wearing a little kitten heel. I'm just not supposed to be wearing any heels at all to the NARS event. But I was just tossing and turning all night, and then Liam was up early, so him and I are headed now to the baby gym. It's so funny because the other day on my TikTok I said, oh, I'm gonna put like the soup to start like simmering before Liam and I go to the baby gym, and people are like, oh my god, what? Liam's like too young to be working out. And I'm like, lol. I guess like if you don't have kids, it's not something that you're like familiar with, or maybe even if you do, you might not be familiar with it. But we have a baby gym here. They're like, there's a few, they're named different things. And it's basically like an open play zone that has pads everywhere, and it has slides and trampolines, like closed trampolines for toddlers. Obviously, it's the baby gym that we take him to, I think, is up to 4 years old or 5 years old. And they have like a ball pit and different toys and stations. They have like a little kitchenette for kids to cook, but it's all like padded and safe and stuff, so the kids can just go buck wild. It's getting really hot in Miami, especially like during the day. Like after 5 o'clock, it's nice. So Liam goes outside pretty often. He goes out 3 times a day, and he stays outside for a really long time because we have like friends in the building that we live in, and they all kind of like go out at the same time. But in the morning, it's just been really hot, so I've been taking him to the baby gym because he just doesn't like being inside, and I feel him like, you know, he wants to just run around and go crazy. And in the apartment, he's very limited on where he can go crazy, because then he just wants to like grab all of my stuff too, and it just becomes like not the vibe, you know? So I'm taking him now to the baby gym, and after that, I'm gonna stop by the house to check up on the construction and see what's going on. They gutted everything last week, and today they're working on plumbing and electricals. So we had to get all the roughs done just to understand like where everything's going. So that's pretty much the plan. Liam and I are jamming out to the new Giveon song called Rather Be. I love Giveon. I don't know if I told you guys this, but Aloni and I saw him in concert 2.5 years ago. I'm not sure if I was pregnant with Liam. I think I was just in the early stages, but he had a concert at Radio City Music Hall, and Aloni had never heard of him before. And I've already told the story like many vlogs ago, but for those of you who are new, Aloni didn't know who he was, and he was just like, oh, he was kind of over it going to a concert of somebody he like has never heard his music. And I feel him, because I'd also be like reluctant to go to a concert not knowing like the artist or any songs, because you can't really like sing along. But I ended up having like seats like all the way in the back, I don't know. And right at showtime at start, I walked up to the admissions counter, and I said, hey, do you guys have any seats like available in the front? They're like, yeah, we actually have the second row. And I was like, okay. And they were like discounted 50% because the show had already started, like literally the opening act came on. And I got the tickets. They weren't like expensive at all for what I thought they would be. And Aloni and I ended up having the best time, because Giveon's music is just so powerful and so sultry and about love and heartbreak and all like the emotions of being with someone and not being with someone, you know, distance, like all the things. And it felt like we had a private concert because, oh, that's a sick property. It felt like we had a private concert because we were like so close to him. It was just, I don't know, it was such an amazing experience. So if you guys are not familiar with Giveon, you should listen to his music because he is pretty incredible. I hope he drops like an album soon, because he's just been dropping like random songs here and there, and it's just not going to cut it, Mr. Giveon. So yeah. The house is progressing. So tell us what's happening with those, what are those called?
So we're putting linear diffusers there. Those are like the thin slots that go all the way across from air conditioning.
Yeah, because those are such an eyesore.
Yeah. Well, it's just from 30 years ago. You know?
This is the kitchen. We had cabinets here where Aloni's head is, but we took them off to open up the space. This is going to be the family area where we're going to hang out. And I'm standing, or Aloni's standing in the breakfast nook area. And we're probably going to do some sort of banquet seating around the window. I think this would be really nice, especially for the kids. The kids, plural, you know? We also just stopped at Plum Market, which is, I always say, like the Erewhon of Miami. It's not really like Erewhon, but it's like the closest thing we have. I just need to get a couple of like specialty things. I don't do my full shopping here because it's really expensive, but they have some specialty stuff that we like, and they have like a lot of options of healthy snacks for kids, which is really great. So I like to come here for that, for him specifically. Liam loves Lesser Evil snacks. They have a lot of options also for kids. He likes these chick pea puffs, but the hippie ones, just the regular flavor. They also have a lot of like specialty snacks for adults, like these masa chips, which are not really sold in a lot of places unless it's like a health food like market, and like a lot of other interesting snacks that I usually don't see. I'm getting started, or I got started on dinner. I already pre-marinated and now pre-seared the lamb chop. What's up? Come in. And I'm making jarina kartoshka, which is potato, but I'm using avocado oil, and I added some onion, which is like fried potatoes, onion. I'm gonna show you guys. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna put these in the oven. I just like brown them on both sides. This is gonna get crispy and delicious. By the way, these are from Caraway. I feel like everybody always asks me about them on my TikTok. They're really good. They're non-toxic, non-stick pans. They're amazing. And this too. This brand called Rolling Pin sent me Dubai chocolate style chocolate, so we'll try these today. It has rich milk chocolate pralines with crunchy kadayif and pistachio filling. 50 wrapped pieces. It's interesting. It's also Shabbat. It's Friday. We decided that we're not going to go out tonight. We're just going to stay home and chillax because we're both tired. And tomorrow, I have to go to the mall in the morning, so I need to get my grandfather a gift for his birthday. And we're going to have a family lunch at my grandma's house. Okay, here's the end result. Good morning, you guys. We are starting the vlog off today in the closet because we all had a very rough morning. We're all very tired today for some reason. I have like a splitting headache and it's just been rough. But we finally got ourselves together. We are leaving now for a little family get together at my grandma's house. They're just like, you know, getting older and it's hard for them to come see us. Hi, oi, oi, oi. It's hard for them to come see us. So we are going to them. I wanted to show you my outfit. I'm wearing a full maternity fit, actually. It is a blouse from Hatch and a pair of maternity jeans, the Hepburn style from DL 1961. They are my favorite. I'm pairing it with these Black Suede Studio kitten heels that I wore the other day to the NARS event. My fish necklace that I have been obsessed with. This is from Ben Amun. I got this on Moda Parandi. I'll link it below if it's still available, but they have other styles, like very similar necklaces. And I'm wearing my Chloe bag. So I just wanted to show you quickly because we're about to head out. Here is the look. I know this is like a weird angle. I'll try to get a video later. But anyway, let's go. Always running away from us. back. Liam's passed out, as always, in the car. I'm sitting in the car waiting for Aloni. We were actually laying in bed, and my brother called, and he was like, do you guys want to go to this Vietnamese spot called Phuc? Yeah, it's spelled P with PH, not F. And we're like, you know what, yeah, because I was gonna make dinner. We were gonna order something. But we were watching a show called Mobland. It's with Tom Hardy, Helen Mirren, and Pierce Brosnan. And it's so good. Like, we have been so into it. So if you guys like mob shows, I highly recommend. After we left my grandma's house, my parents were there too. Liam fell asleep in the car. I let him sleep for like another hour after we got home because I feel like he's been fighting something. He doesn't have a cold, but I can just tell because he was a little, like, slightly congested this morning, and he was being really cranky, and he only slept for 1 hour. He usually sleeps like an hour and a half, 2 hours for the nap, but he slept like 45 minutes, jumped up, and then I kind of got him back down, and he slept for 15 more minutes, so it was like an hour total. And as soon as we got in the car, he just passed out. And when we pulled up to the house, Aloni couldn't wake him up, so we're like, whatever, let him sleep. So we let him sleep for an hour. He's gonna go to sleep a little bit later today, but he went downstairs to play with some of his friends and at the park, and then he came back up, and yeah, and so now we're just going to have dinner and see my brother and just chill for a little bit. And tomorrow I think we're all gonna go to the beach if it's a nice beach day. Hopefully Liam's up for a beach day, but we're definitely going to my mom's for Sunday brunch. You guys know it's the usual. Oh, there he is, Mr. Aloni. Perpetually forgetting his phone.
Indeed. Indeed, darling, indeed.
Are you gonna tell our YouTube family some words of wisdom today?
Your camera's about to fall. Words of wisdom.
We didn't do it in the last vlog.
Your camera is
actually
fixed.
The last 2 vlogs we didn't do it. So
Really?
yeah, because we were traveling to California.
Okay.
And then I had like a short vlog before that. So
You doing like a full zoom in on me or what?
yeah, so we can hear you, because last time we couldn't hear you that much.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Words of wisdom. I don't remember what I touched on last time, but what comes to mind right now is not to have a victim mentality and to think that, oh, why me? Why does this happen to me? I feel like I may have touched on this before, no?
I think so. Some sort of.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'll touch again on that. Things happen for us, not to us. I know it sounds corny and cliche, but it's the truth. And another thing is that I don't think it's our place to judge anybody. And I used to be thinking, oh, this fuck him, he's a piece of shit, he did this, he did that. You know, he's this, he's that. That's not right, because God puts everyone in your life for a reason. So if you replace that person's name with God, I don't see anyone, I mean, unless you're atheist or you don't believe in God or anything, you say, oh, God's a piece of shit, or God's this, or God's that, God forbid. No. So people are brought into our lives for a reason. Lessons, and they come in and out of your path also for a reason. So, what I'm saying is, try not to be judgmental, don't judge people. No matter how difficult it may be, and I know at times it seems impossible.
It's a very hard practice.
Impossible, but you have to remember that. Put yourself in that mind frame. Like, okay, what am I feeling here? Why am I feeling this way? And what should I be learning? And another thing we should also think about is that in life there are not only soulmates, there are what's called a karma mate. So you have karma mates that will come into your life. And what that means is, for example, you might have someone in your life that certain things about them irritate you, like really, really irritate you.
But they're not relationships, right?
No, they can be. It could be a friend. It could be a relative. It could be, I don't know, someone you work with, whatever it may be. It could be someone that's close to you, and these things really irritate them about you, right? Like, oh, they're so selfish, they only think about themselves, they're an egomaniac, or they only care about money, or whatever it may be, right? It might drive you crazy. So what we have to remember also is that you may have been like that in a past life, and God puts that person in your life for a reason, in order to show you that you need to show mercy, and you need to be patient, and you need to be kind to people like that, because you may have been that person in a past life, which is crazy to think about. But it's something to consider, right? Why do those things really bother you? Of course, you might not be like that in this life, but maybe you were in the past. So anyways, words of wisdom, long story short, is try not to judge people. Leave that up to God. And try to be a giver, not a receiver. The more you give, and give to give. Don't give to, oh, this guy sprayed me. Give to give. Don't give to receive. You know? Like people say, oh, no good deed goes unpunished. That's not the right thing to say. If you can do something, if you could do a good deed and get nothing in return, that's the biggest mitzvah you can do. The biggest blessing you can get.
In Russian, we have this saying that's called "dayutsyokой rukой," meaning like people who give with a very easy hand, where they'll do something nice for you or help you with the kindness from the bottom of their heart, and just out of pure kindness without expecting anything in return. And it's not like about karma, you know, like, oh, I should do this because karma and whatever. You're doing it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to touch on you saying not to be judgmental. My husband has actually been very much practicing this, and I don't think that either of us are like overly judgmental. We're all naturally judgmental about certain things that we don't agree with. Yeah,
it's human nature. We were made that way.
In every capacity. I'm not talking about just about people. Like
human beings are judgmental. Yeah. They're jealous. Everybody wants money. That, and by the way, that's not a bad thing to want money. To desire money is actually a good thing.
It's what you do with your money.
We're made that way. But it's also important to not let God dictate your life. I mean, not God. Money dictate your life. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is that he's been practicing the not being judgmental. That sometimes, like, Aloni's my best friend, and I tell him everything, and I talk to him about everything. And sometimes I just want to, like, regroup with him and, like, come, I don't know, after an event or whatever it is, I don't know, after having an interaction with somebody, I want to get in the car with him and I want to be like, babe, I just want to tell you I need to get this off my chest. And I'm being a little bit judgy and I'm saying, you know, whatever, I want to like gossip a little powwow. And sometimes he looks at me and goes, babe, it is not your place to judge. And I'm like,
it's true.
But then I'm like, you're right. But it's just like, sometimes I just need to get it off my chest and I have to tell it to my safe person because I know it will never leave.
That's fine. I mean, I'm happy to listen to it, but I will.
But he humbles me.
You.
Yes, you humble me real quick, which is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need to get it off my chest, just so that I don't have to repeat it ever again to anyone else.
I don't think I was ever super judgmental. I was a little bit, but not. I was never like a very judgmental person at all, actually.
Do you think that women have the tendency to be more judgmental than men? Actually, no, because a lot of men gossip too.
I know some men that are
worse gossipers than women, actually. Yeah.
No.
I think it's a person to person.
I think it's individual. Yeah.
And it's also where you are at in your life.
Of course, that plays a huge role.
Yeah.
That plays a huge role.
Well, thank you for this 6-minute segment. Woo! You got lucky.
Yeah, I mean, listen, don't judge. Don't run away from pain. That's where really good things happen. And most traumatic things and most things that seem like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is the end. My life is over. I'll never recover. Believe me, it always ends up being the biggest blessing ever.
Yes.
And believe me, I've been there where I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to recover? And it ends up being just a tremendous blessing. I mean, you know that too, because we've experienced some of those things in our lives already together as a couple.
Yeah.
Just very traumatic experience that, you know, ended up really in hindsight being
the best things.
Being the best things.
Yeah.
because they're catalysts for massive change, and for it just takes your life into a direction you would have never imagined.
Agreed.
You know, so don't be so quick to kill yourself with the stress.
There's a very simple quote, actually, guys, and it's trust the process. It's as simple as you can get.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, is this where you were gonna rent an office?
This is one of the places we looked at, yeah.
I remember. Good that you didn't, huh?
Yeah.
See, everything
Everything
happens
happens for a
reason.
reason.
And he really wanted it too.
No, the one I wanted was further down.
I keep getting confused. Yeah,
this one,
the
yeah.
one you really wanted. Yeah. Well, it's even further. So.
Yeah, it's too.
Yeah. I'm excited to try this restaurant that David's been raving about.
Is this Vietnamese or what?
Yeah. The funny thing is, it's always been there. It's been there forever, actually. Since I think I was in college. But David said there's like a new chef and the food's bomb. He's like, he just went there one day just randomly and he's like, dude, like the food was insane. So
I think it's time to retire the word bomb. And I say it a lot too, but every time I say it, I'm like,
so what should be the new word?
I'm not into it.
What should be the new word?
I don't know. But I think it's time
Fantastic.
I think it's time for bomb
Bomb away.
to be shelved.
Okay, so what about fantastic or stunning?
Stunning's a little bit like you're trying too hard. Oh, this place is stunning. You know, you're gonna call the food stunning? Come on.
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Or we could just start rating things by stars. So 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, you know?
Yeah. That's good.
Anyways, guys, give us a new word.
Yeah, a new word. No more. Let's try and
Give us a new word.
put bomb on ice.
Sounds good. Yeah. Here's the spot. We just got home from the restaurant. What's the verdict?
Very good.
I like that. It's been there since 2011, you guys. And the crazy thing is, I went to high school around there. And when I graduated, I would come back for college to see my friends, and I've always seen it, and I've never ate there, but it was delicious. Anyway, we're gonna go to sleep now. Watch Moblands and go to sleep, and then I'll see you tomorrow.